Yeah, the 400-foot issue is a significant issue, and we've been addressing that going all the way back to 2008 when we sat on the original aviation rulemaking committee. And the 400 feet, to your question, is a guideline. There's nothing in regulation, there's nothing in law that puts you at a regulatory requirement to stay at or below 400 feet. Now, 400 feet is a very good general safety guideline. I mean, if you have no reason to go above 400 feet, we certainly would encourage you not to do so. We also understand that there are modeling operations by their nature go above 400 feet, and we also know that there are modeling operations that are safer by going a little bit above 400 feet, i.e. the one that was mentioned earlier here as far as training. When we train new people, we deliberately take them to a higher altitude so that, one, they have enough room to recover from what they call an unusual attitude in the manned world, and also it becomes a better way of protecting the people on the ground should an aircraft go out of control. One, you have a better chance of recovering it, and two, the people on the ground have a better chance of getting out of the way if it comes down. So there are some very logical reasons why we operate above 400 feet. But in the AMA world, we don't just say at or below 400 feet. That's not the only safety guideline that comes in place there. It starts with where you select to fly. You want to fly at a location where it's safe to do the kind of modeling operations that you intend to do. One, you're required to not interfere with manned aircraft operations. You're required to remain well clear of manned aircraft operations, and you're required to see and avoid at all times, even if that means putting your aircraft into the ground to avoid a manned aircraft. And if you go to document 540D, that's spelled out very clearly. So, and that has served us very, very well for decades. To my knowledge, there's not a single significant manned model aircraft incident on the books, and we certainly want that to continue. Shifting gears a little bit to the issue of not registering. What AMA suggested when it first came out for registration is we suggested our members hold off. Remember, there's a 60-day grace period for existing aircraft to register. The absolute drop-dead deadline is February 19th. What we have been doing in the interim time, as Hoot mentioned, was try to formulate a more automated process where your AMA membership would affect registration. That way that we could take care of that for you on the back end, and you could continue to display your AMA number as your registration number and be assured that you're registered as long as your AMA membership is up to date. And then we are still moving forward with that. Unfortunately, the IT people on both houses, both the FAA side and the AMA side, said we just can't make it happen in the time period allowed. In other words, that February 19th deadline. So I guess at this point, we're going to be no longer suggesting you hold off. Obviously, registration became a requirement on December 21st, and you have to February 19th to effect that registration for at least for existing aircraft. And you can do it for free up until, is it the 19th or the 20th of January? The 19th of January, you can do it for free. So your registration in the near term is a regulation. And AMA is in a position of saying you need to be compliant with all laws and regulations. So we will continue to work with the FAA on this automated process. We're committed to it. The FAA has said they're committed to it. And unless there's some real barrier to it that we can't overcome, in the extended period of time, you'll see that by joining the AMA, remaining an AMA member, you will affect registration. We'll continue to enjoy flying our model airplanes like we have in the past.